Welcome this morning at the Sewing Gallery, our Thursday morning Facebook Live. As we always do, I welcome everyone who always watches us or catches us on YouTube or catches us when Mary sends the email. We have quite a few things to show this morning. I want to go right into the class that's up and coming. It is the Dresden plate. This is the wall hanging. Now, you can do the table runner in this class to learn to do it. You can do the wall hanging, or you can go for a big quilt. So that is the end of April. You will need a pattern, a ruler, a layer cake if you're doing a bigger quilt, if you're going into a quilt, or if you don't want to go into a quilt, you can use we learned yesterday that you can use a charm pack. The ruler is a must that you need. Joy's here today. She's showing herself. Jen's supposed to be entertaining her. Scott had to leave this morning. He had another situation. But these are the things that you will need, plus the fabric. You'll have to purchase this in the store. Of course, we have tons of layer cakes and tons of charm packs in the store. So I hope you'll sign up for this. This takes you to a new level with your stitches, the applique. We got Christy doing a quilt. Betsy finished this up, but we haven't had time to quilt it, and hopefully before next week we'll have it quilted for you to see. We've just been a little overwhelmed with prom dresses because it's prom season, but we're catching up. Wanted to show you this because this pattern, the Big Easy, my friend Ann done this. What's really nice about this pattern is it really shows off the fabrics, and she did a fine job with her color choices, her placement, and we did a great job quilting it. But I wanted to show you this, and I asked her if I could hang her quilt because a lot of times when a new collection comes in, you don't know kind of the colors to put together. But if you've got fabric and you love it, the Big Easy is the quilt to show it. And it ends up being pretty big, and it's hitting the floor down here. I also wanted to mention, Doreen's making 5 of these. God love her little soul, her little sweetheart soul. But I bought these. They're on sale today for you to hang them. These are a little pricey, and that's why I put them on sale so that you could hang it at the top here. So when you give it away, people know what to do with it. A lot of times, you don't want to make a quilt, but you want to make a wall hanging or something for somebody. Or you could put it on the door, but this is a real cute holder. Had to think about what I was saying this morning because my mind's on prom dresses and quilting and whatever else is lined up. But we wanted to show you that this morning. Now, I'm going to go right into our monthly 30% off. Before I do that, I'm going to show you our giveaway. This is flannel. Be sure and sign up each and every month. But this is our giveaway this month. So it's a real nice panel, and we've got coordinating fabrics that go with this that would look beautiful. And flannel is such, at least our flannel with Moda. We only carry the Moda mostly. What? I'm assuming oh, okay. I probably need to add them in. I will do that immediately after a Facebook Live. Thank you, Sheila, because those are really nice to have. Thank you. I got all these Facebook people that watch us every week that knows what we have, what we don't have. But I was trying to put this in this morning before we got started, but Jen had to call me back. We had to piece a quilt together this morning. We had to get the quilt going. Okay. Yes. And I was putting those in as fast as I could go this morning. That's why we're running a little behind. Thank you. We will do that the minute that we get through with Facebook Live. And if Joey's good and she's not barking at you on Facebook Live, this is another item that we've got at 30% off. These are the blanks that you can do different types of embroidery. I gave you the option of 2 blanks to purchase. They might not be many of the red ones left, but take advantage of them. And they're designed to put a 12 by 18 inch pillow in them. So they're pretty. And this is beautiful. I should have brought the pillow out that Debbie done for me. I'll show that next week. But this is beautiful, and it's Chanel. So it looks really good. I didn't bring that out this morning. Again, I was thinking about a prom dress that had glitter. Betsy had to take a damp rag and put it on our swifter, and go around because there's so much glitter in the store and the bathroom is full. This is another item that we have 30% off. It is a panel and it's beautiful flowers. So take advantage of that. And then we also put our tote bag on sale this month. And you can give these as a gift. You know, a college kid would want this bag to put her books in, or he. And it's blue jeans, so it goes both ways. So that's a nice item. And then we put the concealed zipper foot on sale by Brother. If you don't have a Brother machine, you can use this on a Kenmore or a Janome, but not a Bernina, just so you know. So I don't want you to buy it thinking that you could use it. And this wouldn't fit on a Juki or anything like that. But anytime you get a chance, be sure and buy up feet. If I've got them on sale, because, you know, the walking foot runs $65 to $70. The move it foot runs around $300. So if I've got something like that on sale, take advantage of it. We wanted to introduce you to the new collection that we've just gotten in. This is by Robin Pickens. We've bought a lot of Robin Pickens lately, but this is called Super Bloom. It also has stripes in it. Of course, Victoria said yesterday when she was putting this in, she wishes designers wouldn't use so many stripes, but that's just designers that design the fabric. But I give you an array of the different colors for you to see. But if you go to our website, Mary has all these on there. You can type in Super Bloom and all of these should come up for you to be able to see. I think she got all those in. So this is a real pretty, happy collection. This has some ombre pieces in it also. So we just keep coming out with new fabrics, which is really nice. One thing I wanted to mention to you, because I'm seeing more and more things talked about the tariff tax. Now, folks, if you read and do your research on this tax, this is not for everything. Some things is already put in act. I'll be seeing my motor rep tomorrow to find out more information. You know, most of our fabric comes from other countries. It's printed in other countries. I mean, I don't feel we need to worry at this point. So don't let the news media influence your thinking at this point, because, you know, we still got to live. We still got to go on. And we still got to have fun with sewing and embroidery. So just hang in there. Things are going to iron out. But we haven't seen the increase in prices. So don't panic. Stay away from the news media, because a lot of times it has a biased opinion on, and they want you to panic. And I don't want you to panic, because I'm not panicking yet. So how's it going to affect us? Well, you know, things happen. Let's talk about shipping. Over the years, shipping increases in price because they say because of the gas. Well, guess what? The shipping never goes down. And a lot of these companies build their profit margin from their shipping cost. We don't at the Sewing Gallery. We have a flat rate of $9.99. And Jen will tell you, nothing goes out of here less than usually between $7 and $9. And sometimes we hold our breath when it's on the West Coast because we know it's going to cost a lot more. And then you got to think about the packaging, the person putting it together to ship it out to you. So, and if people can give you free shipping, hooray, take advantage of it. But, I know what I have to charge in order to profit to stay in business. We have a great deal right now on the no interest, 48 months, 5 years until the 14th. So if you're interested, you can go to our website. At the bottom of it is Synchrony, and it'll tell you right away if you're able to get the credit or not. We have a print and stick target paper. If you're quilting, this is sticky, so you can use it more than once. It's on sale. This is a product put out by Dime. It's a real nice thing if you want to do before audition the embroidery before you make a single stitch over it. So we wanted to show you that today. It's a good deal. We've got it on sale. And of course, we've got the holder on sale today. So for Doreen's 5 wall hangings that she's doing. By the time she comes back next week, she should have them all done. A few other new items. We've got a charm pack, and we've got another charm pack. This would be great for this class if you just want to do a table runner or a wall hanging, but you need to get your technique down in order to do a big quilt if you want to do that. But this has always inspired me, the design with this, and then the applique and the different types of stitches. So, you have to have a good operating machine when you go to do something like this, especially with the design stitches. You'll have to buy background fabric with that too. And a couple new patterns. It's this one. This will be great for the Shop Hop fabric. Shop Hop is coming July and August. Row by Row's coming in June. And this is another new table runner. Some of you guys like to make table runners instead of making quilts. So this is a great table runner project. And it calls for 1 charm pack or 8 fat 16ths. So, if you want to do a charm pack and something like this for July the 4th, it's a great thing to do. And this is our other new pattern. I hope you'll shop us online today. I'll get these things straightened out as soon as I get away from the Facebook Live. We do apologize for that, and thanks for the folks that are watching us and taking care of us. But look how pretty this quilt is. I just think it's beautiful, and it's in one of the new collections that we've gotten in the last month or two. Time flies when you're having fun, but we're really enjoying the different designs. And I asked Ann I got it quilted last week, and I said, can you get the binding on it real quick so that you can bring it down and you can show it, and so that I can show it and leave it hanging for a little bit? Because a lot of times people that choose fabrics, or they come in to buy fabrics, the first thing that they say is, I have a real hard time picking out fabrics to do my quilt. Well, what's really nice, and I have to give this to Moda. Tracy's coming in the morning, so I got to be good. But no, really, their collections, the mini collections, the locale is what they call it, ends up being around 20 bolts of fabric. With the 20 bolts of fabric, you can come up with 6 to 10 coordinating fabrics that match really well. So that's another reason that I like Moda so well, is you don't have to buy, some companies require you can buy 5 or whatever, but with the locale, you get a variety of the collection that's going on with it. So that's important to me, and that's why we really love the Moda fabric collections, you know. And if you're making something, you want to make it with good quality fabric. At least I do. Maybe it's not important to you, but why spend your time? And a lot of people says, well, you know, I want to start making quilts to sell. And I hope next week to run through a few things about when you buy a machine and you try to pay for the machine through what you sell. Well, it's like running a business. You know, you're not going to make any money starting out. Wish you could, wish you would. But, you know, you got to pay for the machine, whether you're embroidering or sewing. You got to pay for the material, the fabric. And, you know, if I go to a quilt show or go up to the Tamarack, my first thing that I do is this, because I know what's been used. I can tell you what batting that you've used, how cheap it is. You know, what happens is when you're trying to make these quilts, you figure you spent $70 on fabric. You don't want to give another $25 for batting. You want to get that real cheap low loft out at Walmart's or at a Walmart's. And then your backing, you want to go as cheap as you can. And you look online, and then when you buy that fabric and it comes home to you. And that's why I always feel it. The thing about cheap fabric that you can identify right away is you can hold it up and you can see through it. If you just hold it up in sunlight, you can tell. And then you can also tell by the way it frays. And you can also tell by the feel. If it's stiff, and Jennifer's back there saying something, but if it's stiff, it's got sizing in it. So when it's washed, it has a real flimsy texture after that because it is not a tightly woven cotton. Jennifer says she can hear the difference, but she's become a fabric snob along with Betsy, Christy, Doreen, Debbie, all these girls at one time, and Jill. But snobby Jill's always had good fabrics, but Jill's been off, and we're wishing her a quick recovery. She did this because it's prom season, and she didn't want to help me during this time, even though she's retired. I know what she did to me and Jennifer and Betsy. But hey, we want Jill to get better. We're shout out to Jill this morning to get better and come and see us at least, so I can tell you all kinds of stories. But thank Ann Farmer for bringing her quilt, Doreen. Of course, Betsy had to take us home to finish it this weekend, and Christy's working on hers, and she's at the beach this week. And, you know, I was going to put Doreen and Debbie and Christy, all three, on prom dresses. I told them, since they wasn't going to do any help with it, that everybody at the end of the day could try on a prom dress. All right. Have a good weekend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.